Hi, I'm Ali and I'm going to show you why you might want to get a quarter scale dress form. I've been dressmaking since the 90s. I don't use one all the time, but when I'm making things like this that I'm wearing, they are great for saving a lot of time and a lot of money when working out how you want to make your dress. You can use them for flat pattern cutting and you can use them for draping, and they're great for just if you're working out prints, if you're doing bespoke prints, things like that, working them out even on paper. My little dress form here is a quarter scale, obviously not a quarter scale of me. I'd have to be about 8 foot tall to be these kind of proportions, but this is the size they come in. You can get quarter scale, half scale, I think you can get a third of the scale. It just means that everything you do, you're not wasting loads of time and money on lots of paper, lots of fabric, lots of time of sewing, and you can just figure things out. So this is a sample I made a while ago. So it was a great way for me to work out how I wanted to make my dress. This would have taken me so long to do if I'd have done it full size. I can't even imagine how much I would have wasted in fabric, cost-wise. And it was just great for figuring out the proportions of how I want this. So one thing you do need to think of is you're looking at this with these little tiny beads. To get the same effect, these beads would have to be 4 times the size. So that's one of the things that you do have to think about. You have to visualize quite well how everything's going to look when it's much bigger. So if you're draping on here and you've got little tiny pleats, for example, you have to remember they're going to be 4 times the size when you make it in the real size. So I don't work out my patterns on here and then scale them up to my own size, because I make all of my patterns from my own bespoke block, or if I'm making it for a client, I make it from their bespoke block. So this is just for the design process to work out what I want to do. These are my little quarter scale blocks. They're just little tiny versions of what you are used to using if you're used to cutting patterns from a bespoke block. So these fit my little mannequin perfectly. If you want to use this, if you don't have one, then you can download this from creativebobbin.com. There's a link above and below, and you can start making patterns straight away from this. Even if you don't have one of these forms, you can make these little miniature dresses if you're practicing stuff. So it's a great way to start getting really creative with your pattern cutting without having to invest lots of time and money into doing it. So if you want to just have a go, if you've never done pattern cutting before, you can download this and you can watch any of my dress pattern cutting tutorials to have a go at doing something in miniature. Before I go into detail with the form, I just want to show you a couple of dresses that I made previously with the form. So this one, I didn't make the whole dress, but what I did do was I printed this print, quarter of the size, just on paper, and I put on the mannequin just so I could see how the scale was going to look, because it's really hard to kind of visualize prints like this that you're getting printed to the exact size that you want. So it's great for doing things like that. This print is actually by a friend of mine. I'll put a link below where you can buy this print if you like this for yourself. This is also a dress that I made in miniature first. Unfortunately, I don't still have the sample, as I made this a little while ago and I don't keep everything. But this is something I made by just making a plain white circle skirt for the dress form with just a little fitted bodice, and I just used felt tips to draw all of these stripes on so I could see exactly how it looks. Working something like this out full size without doing it first is really hard to visualize how it looks, so this is where the quarter scale dress form comes in really handy. So just to start with, this is much closer up of what I was talking about. So you can see here where I've made all of these little bits here and put them onto the bodice, which is a bodice that I've cut from the quarter scale block. So again, just showing you closer up, this is the block, and you can see how this fits perfectly to here. So all of these techniques, like doing the princess seam and stuff, you can work from this in exactly the same way that you would if you were making a full size pattern. You can see by the raw edges here, I don't take any care on finishings and stuff like this. This is all about design. It's not about perfect finish. It's just to see how things would look, and working out things like beading, hand painting. It's great to be able to figure these out in this scale. So one thing you do need to think about is if you're using things like this lace is beautiful, but you can imagine if it's 4 times the size, it's gonna look completely different. If I was to use this exact lace when I make the real thing, it's not gonna look like this at all. So the plan with this is to actually make these 4 times the size so it has the same effect. You don't need to worry about anything at the back for fastenings and stuff. As long as you can get it on here to see how it looks, that's all you need to do. So a couple of pins is enough for finishing this off. So staying with the style of that, you can see by this one, I've not even made a whole dress. I've just played around with this same technique. This one you can see is even just pinned. It doesn't need to be made perfectly. And because it's going to be a strapless bodice, I've literally just put this on here. So I'm not going to pin everything onto my mannequin, as it is going to be fiddly doing this with the amount of things I have to show you. So you can see straight away, just by doing this, you can see how these proportions would look. So something like this, you need to think about the prints, because again, once this whole dress is made 4 times the size, this print isn't going to have the same effect. It's going to look quite small. So you'd need to use a print that is a much more scaled up version. And also things like this, where you see this little hint of colour, you're going to have to do that 4 times the size to get the same kind of effect when you make this full size, or it's just going to get lost and look insignificant. It's all about proportion and scale. So I've done a few versions of this dress when I was working out different designs. So you can see here the little bodice, I've put all the darts in to see the shape and everything, but I've just not finished off all of the top. And this is just another version of this skirt with all of these panels, just so I can see how it looks. And yet another version. This is how this looks when you see the whole thing open like this. It's a full circle, and then it falls the same way that the others do. But as I said before, if I was to do this full size, it would take so long and I'd have to use an awful lot of fabric. So it's just perfect for working things like this out. If you're making a really amazing evening dress or a wedding dress or something like that, where you want a lot of detail, but on a skirt where it's really big, this is just absolutely perfect. So I'm yet to make this full size, but when I do, I will certainly be making a video of me making this full size. And this is the last one I'm going to show you in this kind of theme. So this is a slight variation on the others, but still with this kind of petal effect. If anyone is my age and remembers the Victoria Plum books, this is what inspired this one. I always loved Victoria Plum's dresses. If you're not familiar with them, look them up, they're really cute. So I was working again with this lace with the idea of making this much bigger for the real thing and playing around with some hand painting. And you can see again, this has got quite tatty because I made this a little while ago. I've got all raw edges. You just don't need to worry about any of those kind of details because it's not like anyone's going to be wearing it. But you can see this is a really great way, rather than just sketching, to work out any kind of more elaborate designs. So this is just one of the samples I made when I was working out the dress that I'm wearing. So it's great if I hold it up like that. It's great to just work out exactly how you want all of these patterns to fall. Oh, that's come out that side. So if I was to draw this on paper, I wouldn't be able to visualise very well how it's going to look when it falls. There are computer programs to do it, but I don't think many people want to be going to all that effort of using a 3D draping computer program. So by doing this and just working it out smaller, I can then see on my quarter scale mannequin exactly how this falls. Because one of the great things about doing these kind of diagonal panels like this is that when it falls, they then don't match up, and that's what I really love about doing this kind of thing. That is really hard to visualize by sketching or drawing things up on a computer, but it's so easy to see on this. And it doesn't matter that the mannequin isn't exactly to scale of me. This is enough to give me a really good idea of how I'm going to look. If you've got Photoshop skills, the other thing is you can take a picture of this and then you can just superimpose it over a photo of yourself and see exactly how it's going to look. And while I was working on this, I've done various other very similar kind of skirts. So I'm going to just pin that over there so you can see this one. So this is a similar idea I had where I was thinking of doing a bespoke print or some hand painting. So I've just done a really simple black and white version. And then I've literally just drawn on it with a felt tip, so that I can then go back and work out full size. So I can work out how wide that is. I've just got to multiply it by 4 to see exactly how big it is. And I can work out the proportions from the wide side to the smaller side for scaling up my design. So even if it's not the exact design you're going to do, it's just a great way of working out how you want that proportion to work and seeing how it falls. This is another similar dress that I've made with that same idea of panelling. I can't put this on the form as I've actually sewn the back up because I had this on a little miniature hanger for a while. but I played around with how I could do some hand painting, and the beads that I've sewn on, the whole idea is that these are going to be absolutely enormous in real life. So 4 times the size of this. These are going to be about like 2 inches wide sequins, which I'd have to make myself, and giant beads. But I just love playing around with the big proportions of embellishment like this, just to make it a little bit more unusual. And then this can be hand painted with a big brush. But this is something that I couldn't possibly do working it out on a computer or just sketching it. This is something that has to be done 3D to see how it's going to look. So this is something that I was working out when I made a dress. I do have a video of me making the full size one. I've put a link above and below to the full size one of this, that you can see me cutting out all of these little bits and in much nicer colours. But this is where I started with that design. You might have already seen this one before. I have done a reel with this design, and this is something that I haven't made yet in full size, but I plan to at some point. Please comment below if this is something that you'd love to see me making in full size, and then I will prioritise that video for the future. I've got a very, very long list of videos at the moment to make, and this is just one of many, so let me know if you'd like to see this one soon. So just like what I showed you at the beginning of the full-size dress, this is a print that I've been working on. You might recognise this because I've actually got a dress I wear sometimes on my videos, which is a version of this. But I wanted to make a skirt with this design at the top. So printing this off, when I got some other digital prints done, I just printed this a quarter of the size of what it would be so that I could see proportionally how it would look and how I can panel it up. So I can now play around with this and drape it to see exactly how that print works. There's another little bit down there so I can play around with it. But doing digital prints is fantastic, doing quarter scale, because they're not the cheapest thing to produce. So you could do a 1 metre print, for example, if that's a minimum from your printers, and you could get a whole load of these quarter scale prints to play around with. This is another example of a print that I did a sample of when I was printing something else. You only need to print a small amount. So it's a great way of working out really bold prints by just printing these little bits out first, because they are very hard to visualise. So I can now play around with this. There's a few more bits around here. I can work out what I want on the bodice. If I want to play around with the design of that, I can do all, it's kind of hard to show you this without having my hands in the way, but I can play around with all of this draping on here before I work everything out full size. And the great thing about doing prints like this on the computer is I can literally just make them 4 times the size. I don't even have to do much playing around. So I do have a reel of how I made this, and this was perfect for doing on the quarter scale. I'm not sure I pinned that on completely straight, but this is just a basic striped cotton fabric, and then I've pleated it here and I've put the bright colour underneath so you just see the white, and then vice versa at the bottom. So it's a great way of playing around with that in miniature. So I could either do it with the same fabric and get the same effect, but it would all be much more scaled down on the body, or I can go with a stripe that's 4 times the size of this and I'll get exactly the same effect. And then I've got a few little samples here. I've not actually even made these into dresses, but I've just played around with techniques. So this is an idea of a skirt with just lots of pieces of tulle layered up, a bit of sparkle. It's a great way of figuring out how I would do this. So all of these would just basically be 4 times the size to get the same effect. And likewise, just playing around with colour. So this is an idea for a skirt with just layering these colours. This was inspired by the sea with these kind of colours here, and just layering different kinds of sparkle tulle, plain tulle, organza, some dupion. It's a nice way to see how they would look. So again, scale it all up 4 times the size and you'll get exactly this same effect on a dress. And then I've done a couple of samples with embroidery. So this is something that I'm visualising is gonna be much more scaled up. So I would need to literally make each of these leaves and things, and I'd need to source some beads which are much bigger than this. But anytime I do anything like this that I'm gonna do big, I try something out small, just using things that I've got. So I wouldn't actually use this lace, but I would make something that would have the same effect as this, and I'd use some beads which are much bigger to get the same effect. But it's a great way of layering up the fabrics and seeing exactly how they're going to look. You can clearly see this one's got quite tatty because I did make this one quite a while ago. But this was perfect for trying out this panelling. So it's the same fabric, it's a silk crepe back satin, or it could also be called a silk charmeuse. and it drapes really beautifully. Obviously, it being silk, it's expensive, so I definitely wanted to try this out first in miniature. So I've just played around with the matte and shiny side of the fabric to do this paneling, and working out things like this, like the paneling going down here and then the paneling on the skirt, are absolutely perfect for this mannequin. As I say, it's quite tatty up here, but just because it's got quite old now, but it's great for working out this godet shape. By godet, I mean it's narrow at the top and then it comes out wider, and by paneling a lot of those up, you end up with a skirt that's really fitted at the top and really full at the bottom with no gathers or pleats. And then just to turn it round, this is the front. It's a little bit low cut, but I wasn't really thinking about the bodice too much. It was more about the skirt. So again, you can see the shaping on the hips. It's great for working that out. And then when I come to make this in full size, I can just work out proportionally exactly how far down from the seam this needs to go. I can work out proportionally how wide this is compared to the whole width of the high hip. And it just makes this much easier to figure out. But more than anything, you can just see if you like the design. And then last of all, this is the template you can download. So it's exactly the same as the block if you followed my fitted bodice block pattern. I've put the dart in a slightly different place just because it's very fiddly to work with when the dart runs into the neck. And you can see the proportions of the dummy aren't the same as a real person. The neck is really big. Yeah, anyone with a neck that wide would have to do a lot of bodybuilding, I think. So you can see proportionally it's slightly different. The width of the size of the armhole compared to this distance here is a little bit different. The neck clearly is very wide and it's quite curvy. You can see there's quite big darts to get the bust to waist ratio. But this fits my dummy perfectly, and I'm pretty sure my quarter scale dummy is a standard size. So if you do buy one, you can download this and you can play around with it straight away. So basically the way I work with my miniature dummy is I don't work anything technical out. I don't work the scale and then scale up my patterns. I use this as a design tool. I use this so I don't have to spend lots of time and money when I'm designing, and then I can make everything from bespoke blocks, whether it's for me or whether it's for a client, using this as a guide. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and you're now inspired to get a quarter scale mannequin, or at least download the template and have a go at designing in quarter scale for any more elaborate designs that you come up with. Let me know how you get on, and please ask if you can't find one of these little mannequins. They are available on eBay. Just type in quarter scale dress form or quarter scale mannequin and I'm sure you will find them. Make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos as I upload new tutorials every week.